Welcome to Chef Special, week 3. Scott, good to see you again, buddy.
Good to see you, my guy.
How's your last week been?
Pretty good. Nothing much going on. Just another day.
Yeah, another old day. Valentine's Day is approaching. I'm excited for it, but we'll
love
talk.
day.
That's right, a little love day. We'll talk about it in a minute. How about your song? Tell me about your song you listen to.
Yeah, so we have Heartbeat of a Small Town. Let me just read. I typed this up just so I can tell you.
You typed it up so you wouldn't forget.
So I wouldn't forget. These are just the first 4 lines of the song. Friday night, hometown marching band. Whole crowd stomping in the stands. You can hear them pads popping a mile away. If that isn't every country song summed up in those first 3 lines, I don't know what is.
Well, I mean, that wasn't really high school for us, but that was high school at like most big public schools.
That just sounded like some country, good old white folk playing football. That's all I heard in that 30 seconds of that.
Every song is pretty much the same, but it's okay. The song you sent me this week was much better than the song I got last week. Last week's song was all about murder. This one was about similar things, but I guess it's more like you got more people on the inside that always want to kill you. You got to watch your back, but the vibe was better.
The vibe's very
considering that you're trying to say country music's all the same. Like the music that you made me listen to every week's gonna probably be the same. Drugs, people killing each other, but the vibe itself was much better and definitely much more, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago vibe of Quavo than modern music.
Yeah, that's like culture, like the first Culture album. That's how his vibe went. Like you could easily cut that song on. You're driving down the beach, roll your windows down. You cut that on, instantly good mood.
Yeah, I get a workout in right before I come onto this, I guess, and then I listen to it the entire gym session to make sure I like it or don't like it. But I guess that's gonna be the routine from now on.
I like it. Yeah, I was leaving the wellness center and I played yours again, and I was like,
I didn't get any better.
Another 3 minutes of this, and it's still not it.
No, I understand. Well, tell me about Valentine's Day then. You got a girl for Valentine's Day this year?
I'm single as a Pringle.
When's the last time you had a Valentine?
Last time I had a Valentine, let's see, 2 years ago, and now Sarah Cameron is engaged. And then before that was, I think, also 2 years ago, and Sharkeisha is also engaged. So I'm doing good.
You're just setting people up for marriage. Is what you're doing. You're just getting them ready to get married. Is what you're doing.
I'm showing them what the next best thing is.
Yeah,
I will get there one day.
Well, Spessler's coming to town this weekend. She was supposed to be coming for a law school prom dance thing, but they canceled it because COVID. Take COVID a little more seriously the further you go north. But I mean, it basically doesn't exist in a lot of places. But whatever. That's just why the things I got to put up for why I chose to go to school here. But anyway, we get Valentine's Day weekend together, and she'll be here in Columbus. We're gonna go out to dinner and do some things together. So I'm excited for that.
That'll be fun. Make sure you get don't forget the chocolate covered strawberries. That's the number one thing you can't forget.
I don't forget. She came like 2 weeks ago and I made them for her and she's like, oh, it's not even Valentine's Day. I'm like, oh, now I have to make them for Valentine's Day too. So.
Yeah, exactly. She got you. That was the setup. She knew what she did. Doing.
She knew. She was getting herself ready. Well, on that topic though, I talked to her today on the phone. She had brought up that she has to give a speech tomorrow at her debate society, and she asked me, and then I was like, well, I think that a good topic could be that, in my opinion, that people spend most of their lives building a resume, whether it's emotionally or physically, or what they do education-wise, or jobs, or where they live in life, but they're doing all these things that set them up to meet the right person, because the right person is going to inevitably just fall in love with every part about you. And like on behalf of her debate was basically just saying you could argue that you don't have to, like, it's not really arguing anything, you just kind of give a speech and like talk about your views and whatnot. But I feel like it was a good topic to talk about. And yeah.
So is her what she's saying is people will choose the successful route and doing maybe not what they want to do or hating what they do to make the money rather than maybe taking a pay cut and doing something they would love to do. Is that kind of her argument?
Like to meet someone? I mean, I think her more debate is have to be around love or something, or her speech. But I guess like leading into that, yeah, like there, I met a lot of people since coming to grad school, whether it's people around new people that I've met or just old friends, and like people are making choices now at this age in our life, whether they want happiness or do they want to continue on this successful train where they're having to work harder in school while everybody else is starting to make money and like meet people and like get engaged, like you said, your two ex-girlfriends. But I personally, like, I think more people in the South in general choose happiness over success. And like being around some people who are choosing success over happiness. And what I mean by that, I guess, is that people are forfeiting the opportunity to be with someone they think they could have a long-term relationship with just so that they can further their career. When like I think there's a middle ground where you can further your career with you're with the right person and not have to give up the happiness that comes with it. Or just even like people just doing schoolwork all the time and not going to do things they enjoy at the same time, and or doing work all the time and not going to do things they enjoy, because inherently you're doing those two things in order to provide happiness, hopefully. And if you're not getting any happiness while you're doing it, then you're just kind of throwing years of your life away, you know?
Yeah, I get that. I can see that. I'm definitely like the type of person that is, I'm gonna choose my happiness over trying to, if it's like a money situation, like I'm taking what I want to do and what I like to do rather than, okay, I'm forced to do this and I'm getting decently paid. I will take a pay cut to do something I'd much rather do.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would choose to be somewhere because I think it would make me happier rather than because I'm going to get paid more if I have two options.
Because I know a few of my friends that they say they don't like their job and they dislike it, like having their full-time job going in 9 to 5,
Yeah.
but they're like, oh, but I make X amount of money and it's really good money. I'm like, okay, yes, you are making X amount of money, but literally every time I talk to you, you're like, this sucks. I don't like my boss. I don't like my coworkers. I'm like, oh, just get another job.
So, well, in the perspective of marriage, like, do you think that you should put off marriage until you start your career, or do you think like it's okay to meet someone and be with that person until your career like kind of gets rolling? I mean, I don't. I just like not okay with people forfeiting people to have that money, or like wait. And I mean, I think that you, for example, like you're haven't really started your career. You're out of school. You're in the process of doing so. But if you met someone that you like really wanted to be with, even though you didn't have a full time job that made like the money you'd like to make in a career, you would forfeit like whatever amount of time it would take, and like hopefully that hope that person would stay with you, even if you're happy with them.
Yeah. Yeah. I would definitely hope that would happen because not going to just, I'm not going to just cut them off or give them up because, oh, I need to work on finding a job that they think is perfect and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do. And hopefully it'll be well enough money to get me to the good, happy place. But I don't know. I just don't think people should be that
Yeah,
focused on
it's
money.
just an everyday mindset, and I think a lot of people live with a mindset is like, oh, what about tomorrow? And we're like, I don't know. And also a lot of people in my life like haven't they keep the people are getting ill or people die or like things happen and like they're so urgent and you're like, well, man, I could be that person next. I wouldn't forfeit the opportunity to be happy, and not even happy in the sense of love, but like happy in the sense of like I get to go out travel, I get to go out and do things all the time or whatever I want to do.
Exactly.
Like I don't know. So anyway, that I don't know, that's kind of my take on that. But yeah, just something I thought about like in this the question I got from Twizzler about what her speech should be for Valentine's Day. But anyway, next topic. I have opened Instagram multiple times and Twitter, and I click through the stories, and I have some liberal friends from undergrad. I've got some conservative friends from undergrad. Most of the liberal ones are females inherently, but
That's
apparently
obviously
Joe
good.
Biden's giving out smoking kits in quotation marks because nobody knows what smoking kits are because it's something the president did or whatever. But the conservatives are saying that Joe Biden is giving out free crack pipes,
Just handing them out.
just
Like,
handing out free crack pipes in these smoking kits. And the liberals are saying, "Oh, this is such a great thing! Like Joe Biden's giving out like ways for people to like practice safe drugs and like doing drugs safely, or whether they don't even know what's in smoking kits really, but if he's giving out Narcan or whatever, like trying to stop people from having overdoses, like he's giving an attempt at helping the opioid epidemic is basically the viewpoint of the liberals. But I don't think conservatives understand how stupid they sound saying Joe Biden's handing out free crack pipes. Like the government's just like not giving out free crack pipes, people.
I say you just like inserting the word crack pipe just kind of throws evering off.
Like it's the headline, like
that. Yeah, like that should be the headline, crack pipe.
It is the headline. Like the Republican senators and stuff are standing up on the stand going, "This is bad. Joe Biden's handing out free crack pipes," to the point that the press, they had to address the press from the White House and tell people, "Listen, we're not giving out people crack pipes. Like, stop believing this." And I'm like, what in your right mind would think that the president, like, not is saying I'm promoting one way or another, but just like conservatives on Instagram saying that Joe Biden's handing out free crack pipes just sounds like kind of dumb.
Okay, so here I have a question to this handing out situation. Are these people having to go to certain locations?
I don't know. I read like an article or two before I got on
here. Like a Call of Duty type thing. They just throw a little smoke screen and down comes a airdrop.
I have no idea, but I did read that like when they addressed people to talk about this crack pipe situation, the White House said that they were going to give out syringes, which, I mean, it might as well be a crack pipe, right? If they're going to hand out syringes. So they're basically endorsing drugs. But the whole point of handing out syringes is like to keep you from transmitting diseases between each other from using the syringe of another person, because I guess that's how they take drugs now, but opioids and whatnot. But that's just endorsing them to do more drugs if you hand them a free syringe. I mean, yeah. I guess you look at it in the fence that like if they're going to do the drugs, they're going to do them and transmit diseases. Then you might as well like give them something to stop transmitting diseases, so they only use the drugs. But I don't know, depending on the syringe.
Yeah, I was about to say, I guess depending on the syringe, how you can take it.
Yeah, another like argument that my mom was trying to make one time, and then I talked to Chocolate Son about it one time as well. Is like doctors administering Narcan. Narcan is a drug that they give to people to stop an overdose once an overdose is already happening. So do you prescribe, as a doctor or a pharmacist, Narcan to a drug addict in order for them or people around so that they can take the Narcan or give it to someone around them who's overdosing? Or do you not, in hopes or encouraging them to not do drugs at all? And like say, oh, you don't have Narcan. If you overdose and you die. And so one perspective I got was that no, you shouldn't, because like you're inherently just causing more danger by allowing them to do more drugs if you give them Narcan.
Okay.
And then the other perspective is give them the Narcan, save more people from overdosing. But you're not discouraging the doing of opioids anymore.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I would just say just let them do them. I mean, if they want to come and get it, let them come and get it. If not, I mean, they're still gonna. The way it sounds like to me, like the way you explain it, these people are still gonna do drugs no matter what. It's just maybe slowing the process down.
Yeah, but I think you're prolonging, like everybody's like in the opioid epidemic. This is like something that you probably haven't heard as much because you're in Georgia, but like in East Tennessee where I went to undergrad, like people like die all the time from opioids in the mountains, and like it's a problem around Ohio too because like the people in West Virginia are all in the opioid epidemic as well. But I mean, a personal view, like I don't think you should give them Narcan. Like maybe I'm not a doctor, and like my interest is not like to do my best thing to help people, but like from like the view of society, like these people are doing drugs and they want to harm themselves, and it's like their choice. Yeah, like, I'll do what I can to help you, but I'm not going to enable you to like do drugs, and so that Narcan can be used as well to save you, and then you just do more drugs.
That's true.
What do you think about legalizing all drugs and taxing them?
Yeah, legalize all drugs and tax them. I mean, hey, make some more money some way. I mean, why not? These drugs are going to be coming in and out left and right no matter what. So
I mean, that's kind of like I felt like this like 5 years ago when I was in high school about legalizing marijuana. Like, I don't smoke, you know that, but everybody smokes. Like, if they want to smoke, fine. But like, why are we not taxing them? If like
Yeah,
the
just
government is just prolonging all this money they can be pulling for tax dollars if they want it, if like they're really
yeah,
concerned, it's not to the government's benefit to have it illegal because
yeah.
people are still going to do it. Other drugs, I can understand. I mean, my professor was making a law and economics argument the other day in class from a very objective standpoint about why prostitution is illegal, and it is not so much so that like morally it's bad, but it's more so like a something to do with the way the economics work out in the long run. So I don't know. Anyway, do you have a
I want to.
topic?
Yeah, I have a topic to insert.
Yeah.
So you're talking about uh how you found that topic just scrolling through Instagram.
Oh gosh.
So I just want to go with I come home from work today and I pull in, and a minute later my dad pulls in and he goes, I watched the first two episodes. He goes, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I like how you're giving Chase some music suggestions. He's also giving you some music suggestions, and I'm liking the ones he's giving you. But why was he wearing a dress in his picture on Instagram the other day? So I'm like, what? What do you mean he's wearing a
Talking
dress?
about me?
Like, yeah, he's talking about you.
Whoa, what are we talking about?
I was like, what? I was like, I didn't see it. And so I'll pull up Instagram and I'm like, what do you mean? The first picture, because he goes, Chase has on a skirt with boots on. I'm like, Dad, those are definitely running shorts.
Those are Chase's like, booty shorts he wears all the time around the house.
he was like, I'm loving it, but you better not ever wear some skirt shorts.
I wish I could pull them over here out of my drawer. I just reach out and grab them and hold them up on the screen. They're in the wash machine, I think, right now.
So that was the
Like,
one
these for you, Dad.
I told him I would defend you on the podcast and say he was definitely wearing shorts and it wasn't a skirt. But he told
I
me
was.
that
You think you think
that up.
you think Twister would put up with me wearing some skirts? Come on, dog.
I don't know now.
I know Keith is always expecting the least of me, wanting me to wear a skirt or a dress or whatever.
Hey, now don't forget, freshman year at UT, I got a picture of you in a what are they called? The man romper.
Oh, that was not. That wasn't like the first 2 months. My roommate across the hall, him and his roommate, great guys in the long run. But anyway, they had rompers. I'm putting this on. Do you remember my hair in the picture? My hair was just like,
yeah, your hair's like spiked
yes,
up.
it was as shaved on sides. Like me and Raul had went to this barber across town we'd never been to.
Like y'all look like Chippendales from Vegas. That's exactly what you look like.
The romper thing was funny. Well, it was like in for like 6 months, and like I mean, I was not on the train. I was like, I kind of want to try this on because you have one. Not they're like way too expensive online to even just want to try one on. But
like these guys were spending $100 easily to buy a romp him.
Like, well, I think the one they had was like off Amazon or something. But yeah, like the real ones, the ones that like didn't fall apart after you wore them a couple of times, were like $100 or $200 or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was my one topic I had that. My dad was like, yeah, you need to bring this up and talk to your friend and be like, well, what are you doing?
What are you doing? All right. Well, do you want let's close out. Let's share a song with each other, and then we'll see each other next week. I guess before we get to the song thing though, people are still on. I'd like to hopefully by week 5 implement maybe a new graphic on the screen or something that like, pulls up a new the category and maybe be on a timer possibly, where we do like 8 categories for 2 minutes and then maybe revisit one of them for a few minutes if we want to revisit it, but do the song thing like we have been at the end and then the song thing at the beginning. It gives us some structure.
Okay, I like that. A little bit like the if anybody is watching has watched the Pardon My Interruption on SportsCenter, how they have like a 60-second clock with like a topic and then like an air horn goes off and it flips over and like, all right, we're done with that, we're on to the next one.
Yeah, and if we do that and like there's 2 minutes and 2 minutes is long enough for all of them, then we can like do 4 topics for 4 minutes. It's just kind of like I think the pace we're more on right now. We're just kind of flowing into whatever we want to talk about after we've picked out a few things. But yeah, I would hope to do that so that it has a little more structure, and you know what to expect each week, and maybe like divide the 8 topics into 4 categories, you know, like sports or pop culture or, you know, things in the news or whatever it is we want to talk about. But
like
hopefully, maybe by week 5 I can have that together. It'll take a little bit of time for me to develop, but we got a countdown going on the Twitch live stream beforehand, so we're stepping it up a little bit. We're trying to work hard to make it better and listening to people who are giving us their opinion. Hopefully, getting some TikToks, some reels out of us maybe doing reactions to the songs that we're listening to each week. So you can see something new with that hopefully in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, if y'all have any suggestions, drop them in the chat while you're watching the stream, or if you're coming back and watching on YouTube, drop anything in the comments. Let us know what you want to see.
Yes, sir. All right. Do you want to share with me first? Or you want me to share first?
I'll let you go first.
All right. Palomino Princess.
Oh God.
By Tyler Booth. And what I want you to do, listen to it, and then if you don't know what Palomino is or what a Palomino is,
isn't it like a tree?
Oh God, it's not a palm tree. It just says Palomino doesn't mean it's a palm tree, Scott.
Isn't there? But that's the
no.
Is that palmetto?
Palmetto, yes.
Yeah.
See, that's not even the same thing.
Oh, it sounds just like it.
Look up Palomino. It's Palomino Princess. Listen to the song. If you don't know what it is, well, actually, don't look up what it is. Come back next week and then try to guess what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to guess what the title means or what that word means after I listen to it on the show next week.
Yes, you're gonna listen. You're gonna guess what it is, and then I'll tell you what it is if you don't know. You should know if after you listen to the song, but if you don't, then fine. All right, give me your song.
All right, so for this week, I want to give a shout out to Free Ballin', my basketball team. This is our hype song to leave to go downtown. Every night when we go out, we play this song. It's the last song we play before we head out, and it's Carnage featuring Lil Yachty, and the song is called Maze in 97. This is a straight club banger. When you hear it, you will hear the bass drop. You will be expecting to be in Miami, Florida, with fog machines going off left and right.
You've been to Miami?
I have been to Miami.
I've never been, so I need to go.
You need to go. We'll talk about that. That's a good topic to go into next week. We'll bring that up next week.
All right. So Carnage is the name of the song.
No, Carnage is the artist. It's Carnage featuring Lil Yachty. Yeah.
What's
Carnage featuring Lil Yachty, and it's Maze in 97.
Oh, Maze.
M-A-S-E. M-A-S-E in 97.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you said the artist first. I think that's why it got me backwards.
Gotcha.
All right. Sounds good. I will see you next week. Cook it up.
Yes,
Looking forward to it, brother.
Next week. Yes, sir. I'll see you later.